Hi guys, so we have been planning to take a family holiday like since last year August. We realized this needs to be something that we do every year, like it's a serious part of our family lifestyle and culture. So we have been saving and saving, and now I am happy to report that the time is here. As many of you know, my husband and I normally attend a marriage conference at the coast every year in October. So we have decided to make it a family conference. Yes. So we are going to attach our family holiday together with the marriage conference. First of all, we decided that for it to be as long as holiday as possible, we need to stay at an Airbnb. But the thing that I decided is that I will not in any way, shape, or form go for a holiday and end up cooking 3 meals a day. That's not a holiday. That's just me being a mom in a different location. So here's my plan. My plan is, as we prepare to go, I am going to cook everything that we are going to need for the entire 6 days we are going to be there, freeze it, and then ship it all the way to the coast. And then I'll live my best life, okay? So what I'm planning to make is, I want to make banana bread. I'm going to make a lot of chapatis. I'm going to make muffins for breakfast. The other thing that I want is to make it as much of a 5-star experience as I can for my family without breaking the bank. So the meals I have planned to make are like really good food. Okay, we're going to bake a chocolate cake and go with it. We are going to make breakfast burritos, freeze them. And then I know the coast is like 9 hours away from here if you're driving, because we plan to be driving. But my plan is, if I can make this food in advance and then make sure they're frozen solid, and then we start driving like at midnight, maybe not midnight, maybe at 3 or 4 a.m. By the time it gets really, really, really hot, we'll already be at the Airbnb. I cannot wait to show you the fantastic place where we are staying. There's going to be a lot of cooking and packing of stuff, but hang in there, because then I'm going to show you how the holiday goes. Bit of few snippets here and there of the conference. The conference will just be 3 days, and then the rest of the maybe 3 or 4 days after that will be just holiday mode. So I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's start cooking now so that we can enjoy tomorrow or next week or whatever. Let's go. So that's basically my plan. One thing I've really learned this year is that we plan, but then we hold on to our plans loosely. Because when this year started, I was so sure that we were going to do an international holiday. I've really been wanting to do that. But it turns out the math just wasn't mathing. So we adjusted our plans, and now we just want to have a fantastic holiday at the coast for as many days as we can. I cannot tell you when was the last time we went to the coast for a holiday. I think it was about 3 years ago. We've just been doing staycations here and there. So I'm really super excited, even for the kids, for us to go and do this. So the first thing I'm making here is waffles, because 1, they're delicious, 2, they freeze very, very well, and 3, they are going to transport well. Because I'm looking for also recipes that once I make them at home, they'll be easy to take frozen all the way to the coast without, crumbling or falling apart or anything like that. also that as I said, I'm very keen on doing is just giving the kids the best experience. Not just that we are just eating the same things we would normally do when we are at home, but now we are at the coast, because I wanted you to feel like you're in a hotel, but you're not in a hotel. You know, like when you go to a hotel for breakfast, they just don't have like peanut butter sandwiches and tea. You know, they have options and you choose from all those options. So that's my plan, and that's why I'm baking all the things and I'm cooking all these things, because I want the kids to feel like really, really spoiled. As you can see, I am storing the waffles with parchment paper in between the slices, because this makes them just not stick together once they freeze. And another thing I decided to do is to pack most of the food in these bags, because they'll be easier transport. I just cannot wait for you guys. So my husband and I have been attending this marriage conference for definitely more than 10 years. It's run by All Saints. I've said this before, and a lot of people ask me about it. And every time when they advertise that guys can register for that year's conference, I always share on my Instagram stories. This is not a paid segment at all by anybody. It's just that this conference has been so good for us and so good for our marriage. Just going there and learning a lot about marriage. I mean, you'd think you know everything. Turns out you don't. And every year it's something different. And every year we go and we're like, oh goodness, we really needed that. So that's what we do every year. It's usually a 3-day event. It is so amazing to be surrounded just by other intentional couples. We love it. Next thing I'm making is breakfast burritos. I love breakfast burritos because they can be so versatile. You can just put whatever you want to put on the inside, and then there can be just like a meal in itself, because I'm putting bacon, I'm putting eggs, I'm putting vegetables and peppers. You can put cheese, as in like, I love it because you have one breakfast burrito, it's like you've had an entire meal. Okay, so after frying the bacon, I'm going to scramble my eggs, and I'm making as many as I possibly can, because as I say, these burritos can be both for breakfast and for a snack. You know, sometimes people are going to go swimming and they're going to come back to the house and they're famished, and then they need something to eat quickly as they wait for dinner. So my plan is, I want my family to feel like they are in a hotel, full board, you know. At least if not full board, half board, because yeah, I mean, holiday vibes. Okay. By the way, I'm making my tortillas at home, but do you know you can even get tortillas from Naivas now? Initially, they only used to be in Carrefour, but I'm so excited that now even Naivas is carrying tortillas, because we mostly shop Naivas. Not that there's anything better between any of the others. So I made the tortillas at home this time, but you can easily get them from Naivas. And making them is so easy. They're basically just like chapatis, but without all the oil, and they're much thinner. Another plan that I've seen people who go to the coast do is, if you're going to be staying at an Airbnb, which is getting so popular, by the way, so much more popular than staying at a hotel, is you go there and then you hire a chef. At the coast, there's so many and they're so good. They're so readily available. And then what you do with this chef is you just give them a list of the meals that you are planning to have, how many people are there, and then also send them the money, and then they do the shopping, and then they'll just be cooking for you, which is also another option, but for me this is what works best. And then I wrap the burritos in foil and then freeze. Now to reheat this, I can use a pan on a fire or put in the oven with the foil, or remove the foil and just reheat them in the microwave for like a minute. Delicious. I'm making a huge pot of bean stew, beans with bacon, because you guys know I will never make any freezer meals and not put beans. Doesn't matter whether the freezer meals are being had at the coast, on the beach, in the house, in the mountains. Beans are life. I'm not missing out on all the fiber and all the goodness of beans, okay? So, and then these ones also are going to transport very easily, and then they reheat so well. You know, I mean, you can't go wrong with beans in any way, shape, or form. So that's the plan. I am feeling a bit nervous about the transportation of this food all the way to the coast because, as I said, the plan is to have it fully frozen, and then we start driving like very early in the morning. We are driving. We prefer to drive because when we drive, we're able to carry everything we need. Because if you take a flight, of course, there is weight limitation. If you take the train, of course, there's still weight limitations because you still have to get a cab from the railway station and everything. So driving for us works. And driving from here to the coast is about 7 to 9 hours depending on the traffic and everything. My husband likes to leave like really early in the morning at 3 a.m. because there's less traffic that way. But I am feeling a bit nervous because I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this food is actually going to make it the coast intact, or we end up in Mombasa with a bunch of spoiled meals. But I have faith. I have faith because I mean, you guys know I've been doing fisher meals forever, okay? So I know that if your food is frozen solid, it can last almost 12 hours before it starts going bad. So yeah, I'm hopeful. Chapatis are very easy to make and very easy to transport, and my plan is to make as many of them as possible. Why? Because again, one thing I've noticed is that when people are on holiday, you guys know this, there's a lot of idleness and a lot of just resting and relaxing, and people eat a lot. I'm talking for myself. So now, one thing that I know is very versatile is chapatis, because you can have them as a side with every meal that you're serving, and then also you can even have them for breakfast with a cup of tea and everything. So it's very easy to do. So that's why I am making sure to make as many of them as possible, and whatever flavors that I'm using. Coconut here, you can just make plain chapatis, you can have pumpkin chapatis. The list is endless. Sometimes when I'm really in a hurry, I don't do this step of putting oil in the chapati and then folding and then rolling it into a ball, letting it rest, and then now rolling it out one final time for cooking. Because when I'm in a hurry, there's no time for that. But if I can take the time to just do this step, the chapatis end up so soft, end up in so many layers, just wait and see. One thing we did this year, which I found to be interesting, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, if you have young kids like we do, and you're planning something, like how early do you tell them? Because it has been our experience that if we tell our kids that on such and such a date we are going to go to such and such a place, oh my goodness, you shall have no peace until that day arrives. Like, they will be asking you every which way, and they will tell everybody this and this is happening. But this year, we did an experiment. We decided to tell our kids like way back in August, like, yeah, in October, this is the plan. We just wanted to see how well, you gauge their level of maturity and see whether they actually know whether to keep family things within the family and not go telling everyone. And we were so surprised. They never ever mentioned about it to anybody, and they would make sure when we're discussing it, it's just our guys. Even our last one, who is 7, and I was like, oh my goodness, kids are growing. But before then, we would be telling them that morning, like, you're waking up at 3 a.m. and wondering where we are going. Oh yeah, guess what? We're going to the coast, But now, I don't know, how do you guys do it? Okay, these chapels have understood the assignment. Like, can you see these layers? Can you see this softness? We are really going to enjoy this at the coast. And now I'm working on the beef stew because again it's very versatile and going to just cook it. I like to pre-boil my beef, as you know, makes it much softer and delicious and yummy. Then just put as many vegetables as I possibly can. Okay. So what we have done for our accommodations is we have booked a 3-bedroom apartment very close to where we're going to be having the conference. Like they share a wall, a fence, so it's not going to be far. And the plan is that every morning for the first 3 days, my husband and I leave the kids. Then we go for the conference, and then we're going with our house help, so no biggie. And then we go attend the conference, leave the kids playing and swimming and doing all that stuff because they'll have food and everything. And then we come back in the evening and spend family time together, which is absolutely fantastic. The only thing that we're feeling a bit, well, you have to give something to gain something. We're kind of feeling bad that we're going to be missing having meals with the rest of the conference participants, because normally what happens is we stay full board at the hotel. So we end up spending so much time with the other couples and bonding and talking. And some of them are our very good friends, so it's just so nice. But it's a give and take. And we are here, so let me give you a tour of our apartment. Okay, so right off from the main door you have a guest bathroom right here. Beautiful. Ah, my goodness, I'm so excited because that's the kitchen. I'll come back to it later. And then off the right you can see our very spacious living room. I'll show you that later. And this is the first bedroom. And then there's this corridor that leads down to the other bedrooms. We also got a bit of a surprise when we got there about the bedrooms. I'll tell you later. But first, let's look at the first bedroom, okay? It's huge, very clean. All the rooms are en suite, by the way. So, yeah, I love the shower and toilet combo. So clean. By the way, this is Kilua Residence. Not sponsored. I just highly recommend the place, by the way. So that's the first bedroom. And when you get out of that first bedroom, walk down straight this corridor. Here on the left is what was supposed to be a study. But when we got here, the guy told us that this is a sofa bed, actually. So he turned it into a bed. It was a sofa. When we got here, he laid it down to be a bed. And so they said they're going to come and put beddings for us so that someone can sleep there if they want. So that's technically bedroom number 2. Now this is bedroom number 3. It has 2 twin beds, also en suite. And yeah, so we had paid for a 3-bedroom, but we're technically getting 4-bedroom if you include the study, which has the sofa bed, which they're about to come and turn into a bed. Does that make sense? So I really love this because we got way much more than we had planned, and I can't wait to see how our kids are going to just enjoy the time here. And lastly, this is the master bedroom. It's humongous, you guys. It's so big. As you can see, we've already... Is that a suitcase? No, not yet. We haven't brought our suitcase here. But anyway, this is how the master bedroom looks like. It has this huge walk-in closet. I mean, come on, you know? And then the bathroom, okay? It has a jacuzzi, you guys. I mean, and my husband and I were just talking. We were like, yeah, you know, we would have paid for the hotel, full board and everything, but we'd not have gotten this much space. So we are so excited that we decided to go the apartment route. Look at this living room, you guys. It has so many sitting areas. Like you have that dining area over there, then you have this living room part over here. And then just up behind these sofas, you have another another set of sofas where parents can sit as kids are watching TV. Over here, it has huge TV. Of course, it has Wi-Fi. We love this. Oh my goodness, you guys, we love this so much. So this is the other sitting area I was telling you about. Check out the balcony, you guys. More sitting areas. And I'm like, wow. And actually, you know, the plan is we're planning to host a lot of people here. So those sitting areas will come in handy. And now here is the kitchen. This is the fridge. We've already put our KFC because we bought KFC for lunch as we were coming. Because all the food would be frozen. So we decided to just have KFC and then we will unpack and fill the fridge and everything. And then it has a microwave. It has a cooker. It has a dishwasher. I guess they didn't know I was bringing my 4 dishwashers. So yeah. And then from our balcony, you see the ocean and look at the pool, you guys. Oh my word. We love this so much. The conference will be held at Flamingo Pride Inn, which is just literally next to Kilua. So this location worked out so well. So yeah, this is the first night of the conference. We watched a movie and then now we went through the conference. There's a lot. I'm not going to tell you everything about the conference, but you can just pause here and see like what we're talking about. It was marriage and finances, which is so important, you guys. We really loved it. The grounds at Pride Inn have so many wild animals, and not wild animals, so many animals, which was amazing for us. The food was amazing. Here we were having a group session outside in the conference and this monkey decided to join us. Here we were having our final gala night dinner where we renew our marriage vows. It is so good, you guys. And now the conference is over, so now it's family time. And the best part is it was during the week, so there was literally no one else at the residence apart from us. So we were enjoying that entire pool by ourselves. Yay to homeschooling, we can plan our own time. And then, even better, our friends came and joined us at the coast because they also were having a holiday there. This is like my BFF, Angie, you guys have seen me post her. So yeah, then my sister-in-law came. So okay, you're wondering what we're doing here, this hopping thing. This was Angie's idea and she said if you walk like that on the beach, you get the best photos. So we were hopping on one foot and then someone was taking photos, not a video. So let me show you how it turned out. So we decided to extend the holiday with one more day once everybody had left, all our friends, our relatives and everyone we were staying with. So we went to a smaller room, a 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah, and this is how it looks like. We had such a blast, you guys. I cannot begin to explain how amazing spending 1 week at the coast was for us. It was so therapeutic and so restful. And yeah, we loved it. And making freezer meals helped it to be so low stress for me. I loved it.